Hey, Ryan Rinehart here, and I'm doing this little thing with Gary Vee, the Gary Vee Challenge with the cringe video. So basically, it's my origin story, if you will. And mine starts out when I was 3 years old and 351 days old. And it was a tragedy in my life. And it involved my uncle. He was only 14 years older than me. He was he was on the job site. Power was supposed to be de-energized, and it wasn't. The year was 1978. And he went to work, thought the power was off, made contact, metal on power, and he was electrocuted. And electrocution means death. A lot of people say they've been electrocuted, but you're wrong. You've been shocked, unless you've been resuscitated from the electrocution, but then you're heavily damaged. But lockout tagout didn't come out to 1989. Had it been a thing or in a systems check, Uncle would still be here, and he's not. So my origin story is in my niche. My niche, is environmental health and safety. I'm a safety guy. With that, my dad probably was the next catalyst, if you will, because his nemesis is ladders. So that summer, following the tragic death of my uncle, my dad went to paint the side of the house, and got his ladder up there. Did do the 4-to-1, but we won't talk about the ratios and stuff. Had the old hanger they'd been up for to hold his bucket, put it on the ladder. Now we had two big gardens just north of our house and kind of a pasture area. My mom was out sunbathing, and I was playing on an old cap well with stompers. Anybody remember the stompers? Anyway, my back was toward my dad, and the next thing I heard, boom, boosh. Now, being just a little over 4 years old, and Looney Tunes and Warner Brothers, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Sylvester, all of them. When something was turned white, mean that it was dead or a ghost, right? So I turn around and I see my dad. He's covered in head to tail and head to toe. He's just white, and and my mom's laughing her. She was laughing so hard she's kicking her flip flops off. Okay, and that's one of many times my dad had his irritations, his incidents with ladders. Another time, because it was a 3-story ranch style farmhouse, whatever you want to call them. But you had to take a ladder to get from the ground to the first floor, and then you pulled that up and you put it on the first floor to get to the second floor. Well, Dad went to go change the antenna, and ladder fell back to the first floor. So he hollers at me to go get my younger brother's twin bed mattress off his bed and bring it down to the yard. So I do. Well, he miscalculates his trajectory. He didn't make it to the bed. He landed across 3 concrete steps at a diagonal on the side. So he was hurt. Now fast forward that into my entire life, he's had issues. But I got into the Navy. Now, as a sonar tech on submarines, where safety is paramount and everything that you do. I was also a qualified rescue swimmer. I did rescue swimming. And again, safety eccentric. After serving on submarines, I went to aircraft carriers. And I went to the flight deck. Again, safety eccentric. Like safety head on a swivel. I mean, it was bad. I remember the first time being on the flight deck and the jet fuel is just melting the outer coatings of your eyeballs. Even though you got goggles, you got your PPE, you got everything. It didn't matter. Just bleh. Anyway, got in crash and salvage. And again, as part of the rescue ops of doing things on the flight deck. So safety has always been a thing. Ended up getting a degree, et cetera, but in certifications, OSHA, you name it. But my origin story with the cringe video, I have my own YouTube channel, EHS Concepts, The Ways of Safety. Please check me out. and this will be on there anyway. So the other platforms, please check me out wherever I post it. You know what I'm talking about. It's Gary Vee. He'll F you up. So, thank you, and please check my channel out. I have a lot more stories on there. My very first video is pretty good, I'm gonna say, because I talk about a couple celebrities that I've had to keep safe out there in the big old wild world of the ocean. So, thank you. Talk to you.